In terms of the look and the size, as you guys can see, the LG V10 is actually the tallest out of the three, even taller than the Edge Plus. Take a look at that just for a little bit, and we have a case right now on the Edge Plus. As far as the look, I think all these phones looks really nice, but in terms of the size and comfort, I think it's gonna be easier to hold the Moto X for the ergonomical size and shape. But we have the audio jack on the Moto X on the top, and on the V10 and the Edge Plus we have the audio jack on the bottom. Speaker on the V10 and the Edge are on the bottom, and as you guys know, this phone is the king of the speakers and the sound, with two stereo speakers on the front. Friends, we're going to start here with this comparison, and guys, keep in mind the purpose of this comparison is obviously to highlight how good of a phone is the new Moto X in comparison to two phones that are $700 retail price versus something that is $400 retail price. Can this phone compete with something like the Edge Plus or the LG V10? Let's find out. So let's start talking about the specs here. So as far as the weight, on the Moto X we have 179 grams. On the Edge Plus we have 153 grams. And on the Vista we have 192 grams. So the LG V10, I'm sorry, not the Vista, the V10 is the heaviest out of the three. Second heaviest is going to be the Motorola, and the lightest one it's going to be the Edge Plus. As far as the display, guys, we have a IPS LCD right here on the Motorola, Super AMOLED on the Samsung, IPS LCD on the LG. Screen size, all these phones have the same screen size, 5.7 inches. Screen resolution is the same, 2K Quad HD display. The Moto X, believe it or not, has the most PPI or pixel density than the other phones. We're looking at 520 PPI here versus 518 on the Samsung and 515 on the LG. Corning Gorilla Glass on all phones. Operating system, this is something really important to highlight here. You're always going to get the latest updates first on the Motorola. This phone is actually running right now Android 6. We're going to see that later. And these two phones have Android 5 or 5.0, 5.1, whatever. Obviously, these are going to be upgraded later. But like I said before, you're always going to get the updates first with this phone right here, which is on lock. Now, as far as the processors, now we're getting here into the power and the performance. So processor right here, this is 6 cores. The LG, it's also 6 cores. We're looking at a 1.44 quad core and 1.82 dual core on the LG. And the Samsung has an octa-core processor. So the Samsung is going to be faster. 4 gig of RAM on the Samsung, 3 gig of RAM on the Motorola, and 4 gig of RAM here on the LG. Now here's also another advantage of the Motorola. The Samsung doesn't support micro SD card. The Motorola supports micro SD card up to 128 gigabytes. The LG supports up to 200 gigabytes. Samsung doesn't support that. So let's talk about the cameras now. 21 megapixel rear camera right here on the Moto X versus 16 megapixel on the LG and the Samsung. Front-facing cameras on all these phones is 5 megapixel. And as you guys can see, the Moto X comes with a flash on the front-facing camera, and the LG has 2 front-facing cameras. We're going to look at that later. All phones offers a wide angle for the camera. Last but not least, let's talk about the battery. All phones, 3 phones, 3000 milliamp battery. The only one that offers removable battery is the LG V10. Let's go ahead and take a look here quick. And there it is. 3000 milliamp removable battery. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some benchmarking tests and see how these three phones compares in terms of the performance with the benchmarking. Here we go here with the quadrant standard. All phones right now are running in the high performance mode and no power saving. Okay, my friends, we have the results here. Let's go ahead and take a look. So obviously, you know, I was already expecting this. The Edge Plus has the highest score, 35,510. On the Moto X, we have 21,058 and 27,344 on the LG V10. Let's go ahead and take a look quick at Antutu. Okay, guys, we have the results here from Antutu. 79,761 on the Edge Plus, 68,592 on the Moto X, 58,738 on the LG. Open different things here just to see how quick it opens the apps. Here's the access to the recent applications. Let's go ahead and access here the app drawer. Now, speaking of the recent applications, here on the Samsung and the LG, we can go ahead and do the multi-window or dual window here. So we can do YouTube, and we can do right here, for example, messaging. Right here on the Samsung, I can go ahead and click on the that window right there. So as you guys can see on the Samsung and the LG, you can do the multi-window. Unfortunately, here with the Moto X, there's no way to do it. Let's go ahead and take a look also at the quick settings here. Here's something that I have to criticize about the Motorola. On the Samsung and the LG, you can go ahead and edit right here which quick settings you want to show. On the Motorola, unfortunately, you cannot add or remove the quick settings. I wish I can add the access to the battery saver there, and there's no way to do it, but you can go down here, System UI Tuner, click on quick settings. You're gonna be able to move these around like that. However, it doesn't let you to add, and when you click on add title, you can add a title right there, but it doesn't really add a quick setting. So that's one critique that I have of the Moto X. Another thing that this phone all offer is the quick access to the camera. That's something that, in my opinion, every phone should offer right now. That's such a convenience feature. So here on the Samsung, we double press the home button, and as you guys can see, it opens the camera right away. You can turn that on or off in the settings. On the Moto X, you basically check the phone like that, and it's gonna open the camera. And on the LG, when the screen is off, you double press the volume, and as you can see, it gives you access to certain apps. If you double press the volume down, it opens the camera and it takes a picture right away. So that's something really cool that all these phones offer. Another thing that these phones offer is the voice commands. You can make the phone to do things using your voice without even touching the phone. So on the Moto X, let's use, what's the weather like?
It's 44 degrees and partly cloudy in Bellevue.
Okay, Moto X, text Luis.
I found 2 matches. Say, calling.
Okay, Moto X, navigate to McDonald's.
There are 3 listings for McDonald's.
Okay, so as you guys can see, works really good. Let's try here Samsung. Okay, Google, what's the weather like?
It's 44 degrees, and partly cloudy in Bellevue.
Okay, Google, how old is Donald Trump?
Donald Trump is 69 years old.
So really cool feature, very convenient on all of these phones. Another feature that these phones offers, the Samsung and the LG. I don't think that feature is on the Moto X. You can resize the keyboard and you can resize the screen. You know, these phones are kind of big, 5.7 inches, so if you or somebody wants to use the phone and find the phone to be too big, you can always resize the screen of the keyboard. Here on the Samsung, we go right here where it says one-handed operation. Turn that on. I already have it on, so if I access here the dialer it's smaller. You can switch it from one side or the other, and also the keyboard it's smaller, so take a look at that. You can also move it from one side to another. Here on the LG, there's a really cool feature, the back button. If you have pressed the back button and swipe, take a look at this. So you can resize the whole screen. You can make it bigger or resize it and even move it to a different area, and you can even use the entire phone. You can even access the app drawer like that. The recent applications are really cool feature. Another thing that the Samsung and the LG offer that we don't see on the Moto X is the second screen that the LG offers right here, and on the Edge we have the Edge screen right here. You can add multiple contacts. I believe it's up to 5. As you guys can see, I have only one right here, and from this point I can call, text the person, email, depending on what information you have stored on that particular contact. You're going to be able to do different actions. The second one, it offers quick access to, I believe it's 5 different quick applications. Right here, and you can also display weather information and notifications and things like that. I don't want to get too much into the settings for this, but that's as far as the Edge. Here on the LG, we have the second screen right here, and take a look at that. You get quick access right there to different applications. You can even customize or personalize a message. So as you guys can see, I have the name right there of the channel with a little emoji face. And like I said, you get quick access right here. For example, you can access the settings from there. You can access the camera. So this is pretty much kind of like the same option that we have on the Edge, but it's right here, and on the Edge it's on the sides. We don't have that option on the Moto X. Time to take a look at the cameras here. That's a really important option here on all these phones. Like I said before, on this phone you can check the phone in order to open the camera. This phone offers autofocus, and it does a really good job. As you guys can see, the background it's blurry right now. If I move it, it's focusing on the background now. If I bring this here, now it's focusing on this. I take the pictures are really quick. Video recording is also really good. The autofocus does a really good job. I never had an issue with anything being blurry. And you can tap to take pictures while you're recording. You can pause the video, stop the recording. As far as the settings, very plain, very limited options. You get HDR, that's really good. You get the flash, recording in up to 4K, and you get to turn off the sound and the option to check the phone in order to start the camera. Here's a look at the front-facing camera, and as you guys can see, we are recording for the record this video with the Droid Turbo 2. Really good quality. Pictures are quick. Video recording, stop, and then if you swipe this way, it's gonna take you to the last picture that was taken, or the video. So let's go ahead and take a look now at the Samsung and the LG. This is way different here. Now we're talking about real business when it comes to pictures and video. On the Samsung and the LG G Vista, or V10, I'm sorry, I keep saying Vista. Both phones offer the manual mode, which is the most important thing here. These two phones by far, in my opinion, offer the best camera and manual mode on any phones right now. the most important one for me is the manual focus. I'm sorry. So take a look at that. It's blurry right now. I can adjust it right here manually. I can bring something very close and still be able to make it be focused and be very really clear there. You can also adjust right here different things, and that's as far as the cameras. As you guys can see, it offers so many different options. On the front-facing camera on this phone, we also get different options, wide angle. And let's go ahead and take a look quick here at the LG. On the LG, kind of the same situation. I don't want to focus on the whole camera interface, guys, but the most important thing, which is the manual mode. Here's the manual mode for photography on the V10. Takes the pictures are really quick, and as you guys can see, you can control all these things here at the bottom. You can also do a video, and one of the really cool things about this phone when it comes to a video, it's that you can even control now the audio that you are recording, and to choose which microphones are going to be recording, the microphone on the back or the microphone on the front, or simply just leave it in the middle. You can also control here the volume of the microphones. So this is an option that we don't have on any phone right now. So when it comes to cameras interface, what I will say, guys, is this. The Moto X takes really good pictures, really good video, and it does a really good job with the focusing. But if you're looking for manual controls, you are really into photography and videos, and you want something with manual controls, then this is not the phone for you. Otherwise, it takes very good pictures, really good video. The interface is really plain, but it does a really good job. Time to test here the performance. Also pay attention to the speakers. This is the only phone out of these three that offers a dual stereo speaker. So here we go. Alright, that was, wow, really intense. Let's go ahead and take a look here at some games here on the Edge Plus. Before we go, we have some picture samples here. This is taken with the rear camera on all phones using the flash. There was no light in this room, so as you guys can see right there, I will say it's between the Samsung and the Moto X that looks more bright. The next picture here was taken inside. I'll let you guys be the judge. Let's go to the next one. This picture was taken outside with the rear camera on all phones. To be honest with you, all phones look super nice. How this picture looks with a lot of color details. This one right here, it's a video taken with the rear camera on all phones. All phones did a really good job with the autofocus. This is a picture taken with the front-facing camera, and as you guys can see on the LG and the Samsung, it's a wider angle than the Moto X. And this is a picture taken with the rear camera on all phones. Guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you did, please go ahead and click on like and help the channel. Subscribe for more and share the video. Final thoughts, guys. I think with this video we can prove that the Moto X Pure Style Edition can keep up with the performance of two phones that are $700. This is just $399. So with that, friends, I want to thank you for watching this. There are a lot of advantages of having the Moto X. It's unlocked. You can use it with any carrier. Really affordable. You can customize the look. So until then, we'll see you on the next video.